My name is Retha, and my husband's name is Hein. We have 2 children, well, twins. A lot of people say that they look identical, but for me they look different. My 2 children is hearing, yes. Yes, my husband and I are both deaf. How we as deaf parents communicate with our hearing children? When they were still very small, we used our voice to speak to them. But later on we decided to use sign language, seeing that we will not understand them when they speak to us. We needed to use sign language so that they can learn our language. At times when I'm busy, I start to talk to them automatically. And when I'm at home and not that busy, I make a point to sign to them. It differs a lot because hearing parents with hearing children can communicate with each other any place in the house. For example, when the children are in the dining room and the parents in the kitchen, they are able to speak to one another. For us, it's different. We need to be in the same place, like the kitchen or everyone in the dining room. Seeing that we need eye contact to communicate with each other, where the hearing does not need eye contact. My kids need to know that they have to get my attention so that we can have eye contact when communicating. Me as a deaf person, when driving, are not able to turn my head to look at my child calling me, seeing that this could cause an accident. My eyes need to be on the road. Therefore, I make use of the rearview mirror to look at them. My child will then ask when we are going to grandma. I will then sign that we are on our way to grandma, or I'll be using my voice. It depends. Also, when there is a lot of hearing persons in one home, they speak and the children pick up a lot of words, seeing that they can also hear. We are deaf and my husband and I sign to each other. Therefore, our children do not pick up so many words. If they are playing, they will not see us signing, but if they look at us signing, they will pick up words. While hearing children can play and pick up words at the same time. When my children were 9 months old, I taught them signs, like milk, and they started to use the sign. At 9 months, they were able to sign to me what they want, whereas hearing children are not able to speak any words yet, so there is that differences as well. We thought that it would be a problem for our children not hearing a lot of words, but it's not a problem because they do learn words through signing, as well as the words they learn at school. Research has shown that hearing words 5 to 8 hours was enough to learn words. That is why we are okay with signing at home. Another difference is that our children know that they need to sign to us, but when they speak to grandma or other people, they talk. This means that they already know 3 languages: Afrikaans, English, that they learn at school, and sign language. This is a huge advantage for them. Most hearing children only speak Afrikaans to their mother and their grandparents at home. They do not use sign language. When my children are tired and crying, they start talking to me. I am not able to understand them, seeing that they are not using sign language. When I tell them to say it again, they will cry even more. That is a challenge for me. If I sign to them more, they will learn to sign to us at all times. Another challenge is when my children are sick and needs to be taken to the hospital. I always wonder if I will be able to communicate with the doctor. I can get an interpreter, but who will the interpreter be? Most of the challenges we overcome. In the earlier days, there was no cell phones and WhatsApp was not available. Now it became easier, seeing that I can WhatsApp the doctor, ask him something or make an appointment. Life is easier with fewer challenges, like the school. Before, there were times when my children are sick or I'm attending a meeting, there is no interpreter. It is difficult to look for interpreters. Now they give an interpreter, so whether we need to attend a meeting or concert, an interpreter is available. If we go to the shop or to town with the children in the trolleys, hearing people will come up to us and say something to the children. I do not know what they say, seeing that I missed it. Sometimes when the people asks them something, I can read their lips. They might ask, "Is your mother deaf? Can you speak sign language?" The children do not have an answer and asks me, and I need to give them the answer. Most of the time, I can confirm that they can speak sign language as well as Afrikaans. I tell my children that mother and father is deaf. Our ears have a problem, but there's nothing wrong with our mind. Mother is clever, and I try to motivate them and they get excited. For example, my children will say in Afrikaans, skoenlapper, and I will ask them in sign language what skoenlapper in English is, and they will show the sign and say butterfly. See, you can speak English. Now we communicate in sign language, and they speak to each other in Afrikaans. I explain to them that they are learning 3 languages, and if people ask them questions, they can answer them, and I do not need to. Currently, I do not think so. My children are equal to other hearing children, but there was a time when they were about 3 or 5 months old, I used to think so. I thought that other hearing children will have a huge advantage, seeing that they could hear parents speaking in the house, whereas they won't hear us speak. I also wondered how I will be able to handle them when they are difficult. Raising them being parents, where I work at NID, I did Sakoma training. This teaches us how to work with people as well as children. This helped me a lot while raising my children. This made it easier and gave me self-confidence. And the same with Hein. He also received the training. We know what to do with our children, how to teach them, and this makes it easier. Every Wednesday, we have Bible study, where deaf parents as well as other deaf people come together. The children all are hearing. This means they are codas, and this is the sign for codas. The children are speaking to each other and relationships are being built. So in future, if something happens at school, they can help and support each other. This helps a lot.
People think that hearing parents with hearing children know what to do.
As soon as it's deaf parents with hearing children, they wonder if the parents will be able to raise their children. Maybe the children will be dumb. Luckily, there is a lot of advantages, such as sign language, where the hearing family normally does not have. When there's a deaf person in a family with hearing children, please support, stand together and help them, communicate. If there are problems, help. My family and Hein's family help each other a lot, and I'm very grateful.